Hi, I'm Matt with Minis of Maine, and today we're going to talk about cold air intakes. So recently, I upgraded the air intake system on my 2017 Mini Cooper F56S. It's uses the 2-liter BMW B48 motor, and this is some video of the actual new intake by Eventuri. So it's been installed in the car. And what I'm going to do is kind of walk through what we did to remove the old unit and install the new unit. Now, unfortunately, when I did this originally, I made some videos of the takeout and the install. And what happened was I had some corruption on my SD card, so I lost the video. So what I'll do is I'll walk through what it does, how I decided on this unit, how to take out the old one, and how to put the new one in. So this is the stock unit that comes out of the Mini Cooper, and the way it's fastened to the car is these two pieces here right in front, they literally sit in holes on top of the locking deck that your hood closes on. And you've got two 10mm nuts. These two 10mm nuts, unscrew them. And then over on this side you've got one 14mm bolt that attaches it to the locking strut. Then you've got your mass airflow sensor here. You've got a clip that plugs into that. And then on the air filter housing itself, the cold air charge tube connects, and you've got a hose clamp that you can disconnect with a flathead screwdriver. So once these two bolts are removed, this air snorkel assembly unsnaps from this area right here. It unclips and this whole unit just pulls away. And then the airbox itself, once this bolt is removed and once the mass airflow sensor is disconnected and you've taken off the hose clamp, what you're going to do is you're going to pull the cold air charge tube off the airbox. Then you're going to reach down behind and you're going to pull it upwards out of the car. So the old mass airflow sensor is coming out of this unit here, and you can see the ribbing on the stock airbox unit. And then this is the new Eventuri unit, and you can see very similar ribbing on the end that goes to the cold air charge tube, and then this end here goes into the silicone coupler for the air filter. And you can see the orientation of the mass airflow sensor. You can see it just mounts right back in there, and it comes with special screws that you need to use instead of the stock units. So you don't want to use the ones that came out. You want to use these very nice properly sized units that they've supplied. So here's the mass airflow sensor. It's fully assembled now. You can see in there. Basically, you don't want to over tighten those screws. You just want to have them snug. Takes a little bit of pressure to get the sensor seated. There's a rubber O-ring on there, but seat it by hand, pressuring it in, and then use the screws to snug it up. So fastening in the new air intake, the first step you're going to do is this front snorkel, the Eventuri portion here, is going to go on first, and then you're just going to loosely thread the two 10mm bolts or nuts onto the bolts, and you're going to want it on the loose side. Then the main air filter unit with the mass airflow sensor attached. I'm going to we've walked through how to reassemble this unit. You're going to slide it into the cold air charge tube first, and then down in here there's a prong that you're going to push down into to sit this. And then once the main unit here is situated, you're going to tighten up the nuts on the air snorkel here. Once this is tightened up and this is fairly secure to the front, you're going to reinstall the bolt that's down in here behind this 14mm bolt. The band clamps that attach the cold air charge tube and the mass airflow sensor, you don't want to have them too tight, snug but not overly tight. The band clamp that goes to the carbon fiber housing itself, you definitely don't want to tighten that too much, just snug. The silicone hose is going to grip it pretty well. So, and then the rubber grommet that was on the main airbox, that just stays in place and it just acts as a little cushion against the side of the air filter housing. Then you make sure that the air sensor is plugged back in, and this is complete. The install is done. So one of the nice features of the Eventuri unit is it uses this carbon fiber hood scoop. The carbon fiber hood scoop actually replaces the non-functional hood scoop that comes on the stock Mini at 56 miles. The way Mini has designed the underneath unit is it's already pre-notched for this type of fitting, so I'm sure that Mini in the future had foreseen they're going to use some aftermarket products. You can see the little tabs here from the hood scoop. These are little rain deflector shields. And then if you look at the front of the hood scoop, you can see where you've got two inlets here, and that's where the air is coming in, and it's pushing down into these two open sections here. Now the Eventuri is also pulling from the front, so it's pulling from these underneath sections in front of the radiator, so you've got double amount of air coming into the unit. And then just the overall improved shape of the intake, it's going to speed up airflow, and you're just going to get a more efficient throttle response and better power.